KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
It's your sports report, everybody. I am Jason Salas, your sports guy. Very happy to be so, and very happy to be talking to Craig Weymouth right now in the KUAM News Zoom room, talking about triathlons, meaning that you are a finely tuned athlete, a machine, a weapon, and not one, not two, but three athletic disciplines. So, Craig, that's any athlete. I mean, I come from volleyball and soccer and basketball, but any self-respecting athlete has the highest admiration and respect and praise for triathletes, because you guys are next level. So good to talk to you, man.
Hey, thanks, Jason. Appreciate you having me today. And yeah, it's definitely been a long journey, but glad to be here today. And I'm the president of the federation here, the Guam Triathlon Federation. And yeah, happy to, thanks for the time.
Yes, sir. Okay, so how have you seen the sport grow, and maybe more to the point, the size of the community participating in this sport? Because I know every once in a while you'd hear people and they say, "Oh, I'm going to train for that," and you might have had some fair weather triathletes and everything like that. But the amount of people that actually stick to this and do it, event after event after event, has certainly grown over the years.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason. I just started myself late 2018, so I just been out for a couple of years here, but yeah, it just seems that the word's getting out, and we got some better social media, I think, these days, between Facebook and a couple of people helping us with that. And we're also able to get more recently, get some of the folks from the Guam National Guard involved, which was great, as both volunteers and participants. So, that was a big help. And, again, I think it's just the word of mouth and able to more people out and about and talk about it, and and also trying to get more events, more races for people to participate.
There you go. And in addition to the community of triathletes growing, at the caliber of competition and the level at which they can raise themselves to has also grown, because we're now actually participating in qualifiers so that we can actually compete against other athletes from all over the Pacific in the upcoming Pacific Games in the Solomons, right?
Correct. Yeah, when I went to the Pacific Games in 2019, by the time it was ready to get on the flight, there was only 2 of us going. So I'm very happy this year to say that we will be sending 6 athletes, and the manager, of course. And I just think, like you said, the level has really risen the last couple of years, and people are training hard, and it's great to see the competitive spirit of everybody, and things improving.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about the youth movement, because every sport that we always cover, is they always say a sport is only good as the current athletes, regardless of how well they're competing. They pass down our knowledge, our wisdom, our lessons to the next generation. How many young people do you actually see taking an interest in triathlons?
Well, that's a good question, and something that we're really trying to focus on. We'll have a couple of kids triathlons this year, trying to get them started younger. But real happy this year that we do have Dina Soriano, who is going to be 16 just in time for the game, so she'll be participating. And then also we have Aliza Han, who is currently in college in Hawaii. So also, so we do definitely looking to the younger, and then we have our a couple others, that we are more seasoned athletes, we would say.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't mind, and maybe I could run through the list real quick for you, Jason.
Absolutely,
of the people that did qualify.
Sure.
Yeah. We have Manami Ejima Martin, Aliza Han.
Already a legend in Guam sports.
Yeah. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Thank you, though. Thank you for recognizing that. Aliza Han, Dina Soriano, Tina Heinrich, Jacob Torres, Tom Shields, Shim Miyagi, and Jonathan Martin. And that does include 2 alternates. We got to have a couple alternates. So happy to say that all those people have qualified and will be going, I hope. And but yeah, just getting back to Manami there, and while we're on the subject, if you don't mind, is that she got a really good chance to be the first triathlete from Guam to make it to the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been spending a lot of time at this. There's actually qualifier races all over the world that we have to get to, and we accumulate points as we go. So That's an ongoing process. She just got back from New Zealand. In a couple of weeks, she will leave for Africa. So, yeah, we're excited about that. And we've had, just to say that we've had great support from GNOC. So thanks to those folks also.
Absolutely. For people that are current athletes that want to pick up a triathlon, either because it's people that compete in one particular sport or discipline and want a new challenge, or they say they want to stay in tip-top conditioning and fitness in the off season or things like that. How would you recommend current athletes, how should they condition themselves, to be proper triathletes?
Yeah, well, I actually started, thanks. I actually started with, 5Ks and kind of built my way up. But, it's great timing that you've got us here today. And thanks again. Is that, on March 12th, we have an aquathon. So that's just a swim and a run. So the other thing that I want to emphasize with all these events that we have, we also welcome teams. So in this case, with just a swim and a run, if you got somebody, one of your friends is a swimmer, maybe you're not so good at swimming, so you and your friend can join this. So it's a 750-meter swim and a 5K run, and this will take place down Tumon. So you'll have a quick swim at Ipao, and then you'll run down to Fujita Road and back. And then from there, we move up a little bit and we go to duathlon. So that's a run, bike, run. So this takes place down at Hoover Park, which is at USO, the old USO down there in Petey. And that's a run, bike, run. That's a 5K
Is that
run.
what it's called? Hoover Park? I never knew that. I never knew it was called Hoover Park.
Yeah, Hoover Park. Yeah, I learned a lot in the last couple of years too. Yeah, thanks. But that's a 5K run, a 20K bike, and then a 2.5K run. So these are all things that we can build up to eventually, the triathlon. And then we do a series of shorter races, and then we slowly build up towards our big event of the year. There's another race that you could consider on April 23rd, which is a sprint distance triathlon. That would be your first shot from the state forward to actually join a triathlon, and that'd be a 750-meter swim, a 20K bike, and a 5K run. And again, teams are welcome. So you can have 3 people. You can have a runner, you can have a swimmer, and you can have a biker. So that
specialized.
Yeah, it makes it a bit more fun.
Okay, how about now, Craig? What about, because I've gotten involved when I was a little kid. I got involved in several different sports by being a volunteer first, and I was always like on the shy, introverted side. So I was like, maybe I'll shag balls at the tennis tournament, and then maybe work up enough courage to like maybe take a lesson or something like that. What opportunities are there for people who just like being out and contributing to sporting events, even if they're not directly competing? Because many hands make light work, and triathlons are very big events logistically. Yeah,
we're always looking for volunteers, and that's where the National Guard really came in to help us out. But we're always looking for volunteers, and our Facebook page has an email address, and when we're done here, I can give you my WhatsApp number, or you have it there. But yeah, people are welcome to reach out at any time. Always looking for volunteers, and you just can't have enough safety when we get the water and people on the road. So the more volunteers, the better. And most of them will give you a nice little support staff, nice shirt to go along with that. So yeah, that would be a good way to start to get involved.
And there you go. Okay, and I guess final question before I let you go, Craig. As someone who is still a fairly new triathlete yourself, but as an administrator, you really helped growing the sport. What of the run, the bike, and the swim is particularly the most challenging for you?
Oh, there's no doubt, Jason. It's the swim. A lot of that's where all these real triathletes come from. Like Manami, is that they started swimming when they were probably about the age that they started to walk. Mieko, Manami, a lot of these people here. And that's definitely the toughest part of the 3 for me and most of us, I believe.
Yeah, I'm 6'3", so I know that the swim for me would probably like wear me out too. But again, all props. I mean, so much respect to the entire triathlon community, because it's a tremendous amount of work to put these events together, to keep the federation and the community informed and motivated and everything like that. So hats off to you, Craig.
Hey, thanks. If you don't mind, just 2 quick things here.
Sure.
That the July 16th is a community first Guam National Triathlon, and that's our biggest event of the year. And that's where we bring out our champion that does get to qualify, automatically qualifies for the future Pacific Games. And that's always down in Mauricio. So that's July 16th. That's a great event. And the last thing I want to say, Jason, is thanks to all the sponsors. I've reached out to a lot of people in the last month for some help. And really happy and grateful to say that, that a lot of people have stepped up to help us. And, this can't happen without money, especially when these people got to travel. So thanks so much for that. And we will post all their names in the near future on our Facebook page, and on our Facebook page or Instagram, the Guam Triathlon Federation. You can find out about all these events.
All right. Well, we love our athletes here on Guam, and we love to win, but more importantly, we love seeing people having fun and representing Guam so well. And you're doing an outstanding job at that. Craig Weymouth with the Guam Triathlon Federation. Craig, have a wonderful day.
Hey, thanks again, Jason. Bye-bye.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.